Hey y'all, Taylor by Debbie here. This week I'm going to show you how to make some Easter and spring crafts using mostly items from the Dollar Tree. So let's go. For craft number one, we're going to be using these Easter eggs that came from the Dollar Tree. These are the ones that have feet. They are new in my store this year. So let's go ahead and take them out of the pack and I'll show you what we're going to do. My store had these three designs. There's a chickie, a bunny, and a carrot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint them with chalk paint. Waverly chalk paint maize for the chickie, chalk paint Waverly in the color pumpkin for the carrot, and then folk art home decor chalk paint, and y'all, foggy brumeau, is that how you say that? It's like a gray color by folk art. Through the magic of video recording, I have put 2 good coats of chalk paint on each of these. Got the chickie. Now on my maize, I did add a little bit of tan to the yellow to make it a little bit darker, but you can paint them whatever color that you like. Now I do want to distress it a little bit, so I'm just taking a fan brush and Waverly Snow White chalk paint, and this is moss that I used on the top of the carrot, and then I also used the pumpkin color to paint the feet and the wings and the beak on the little chickie. So what I'm doing now is I'm just putting some paint on my brush, and then I'm wiping most of it off, and I'm going to come, let's start with the bunny. I'm going to come on here and I'm just going to dry brush on some white paint, and then I proceeded to dry brush the white paint on each piece that I had painted. It just gives these pieces more of a shabby chic look, kind of a farmhouse look. I just really love the way this makes them look. And on the carrot, I did the dry brush painting from side to side instead of up and down. On the chickie, I'm going to take some Waverly ink, which is a black color, chalk paint. And we're going to open that up. I'm going to use my dotting tool, and we're going to dot on 2 eyes. I'm going to practice over here. Let's see, I think I want to get a smaller one. So let me go ahead and lay that one down. And let's use a smaller dotting tool. Let's try this one. And this one actually came from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, I like the size of those. I'm going to dot on 2 eyes. And I like to do them close together. Just like that. How stinking cute. I think I'll do this one just a little bit bigger. There we go. How adorable. Okay, so there's his eyes. Now for the bunny, we're going to use a paint marker. And I'm just going to color in the oval part of his eye, and it's kind of raised up on these little plastic eggs. So just kind of follow the outline of that raised part. Color it in. I'll come over here and do the same thing. Okay, just like that. And we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and do his little nose black. Okay. Now for his whiskers, I'm going to take a Sharpie marker, fine point, and we're just going to trace over where these little whiskers are. Just like so. Just like that. Now for his little cheeks, I'm going to take a Posca paint pen in the color pink, and I'm just going to color in these little round circles on his face, pink, and then his little mouth. just like that. Okay, now the insides of his ears, we're going to do pink. How adorable, y'all. Let that dry. And our little chickie, we're not going to really do anything else to him. We're just going to add the top to his body. Oh, look how adorable this is, y'all. So there's our chickie. Okay, the carrot, we're going to go ahead, put the top on the carrot. Look how cute, y'all. And then the bunny, we're going to go ahead and take a white paint pen. And we're going to put a dot on each of his little eyes. And that's just going to make his eyes come alive. Just like that. Okay, then you can also come on here and put a little bit of highlighting inside of his ear. Just like so. And then on his little arms, okay, we're just going to kind of highlight around the outsides of his arms to kind of make them stand out a little bit more. We're going to put little tiny dots inside the chickie's eyes. Just little tiny, okay. He's so cute, y'all. All right, now we're going to add some more embellishments. Okay, to finish off our carrot, I have this elastic band that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to take it and we're going to glue it around where that seam is, where the carrot comes together. Makes it look so much more high-end, farmhouse style. Okay. Now we went ahead and glued it. We're going to add a white heart button, and these came out at Hobby Lobby, but you can find buttons anywhere, and you may even have some in your stash. Put a dab of glue right here on either side of that seam. And then we're going to lay that button right there in the middle. And that's going to cover up where the seam was. So the carrot is done. For the bunny, we have this trim pack that came from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take the rickrack off and glue it going around our little bunny, right there where that seam is. And then I took a little paper flower from the Dollar Tree and glued it right underneath his ear. For the chickie, I've got this ribbon that I bought from my wholesale supplier, but Dollar Tree also has some of the gingham check ribbon. So I'm just going to start a place on the back. We just want to cover up the seam. And I'm going to start in the back. I'm just going to glue this down and kind of make it look like it's a belt on our little chickie. How stinking cute did these turn out? So I hope you will give these a try. I will show you a closer look in the final reveal. Okay, now we're going to take one of these styrofoam eggs from the Dollar Tree and we are going to turn it into a chickie. So what we're going to do first is just pull off this string that's on the bottom. If it won't come out easily, I recommend just cutting it off so you don't tear it. All right, and then you want to figure out which side of the egg looks like the bottom and which side looks like the top. And I'm going to say the place with the hole was the bottom. Got some of these wood dowels from the Dollar Tree. We're just going to cut these open. And we're going to be using one of these. It is 12 inches. So I'm going to come right here to the 6-inch mark. And we're going to take our wire cutters and just kind of score it right there. Go around it until we can cut that off. I'm just doing it carefully because I don't want it to go flying across the room. And they don't have to be exactly the same, guys. Okay, so that we're going to use. Then we're going to use an orange paint pen. Now, these are keychains. I bought these off Amazon. I will put the link in the description box below to see if I can find something similar to these. We're going to cut the chain part off. Okay, so we got the chains off. So here's our little shoes. What I'm going to do is just kind of open it up. And we've got some of these glass jar fillers that they sell at the Dollar Tree. We're going to take a few of these and put them in each shoe. And we're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. And then stick it down in the shoe just to kind of weigh the shoe down a little bit. So we're just going to stick it down up toward the front of the shoe, and we'll put 2 in there, and that will help weigh that shoe down. Okay, and we're going to put this one kind of in the middle. And then I just repeated that same process with the other shoe. Okay, so we got those down inside. And the next thing I want to do is open them up. And we're going to take our wood dowel, and you're going to need a good bit of hot glue for this. We're going to squirt hot glue down in the bottom of that shoe. Kind of fill up the bottom of that back part of that shoe with some hot glue. And then we want to take the flat part and put it down in that hot glue, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to tie our shoe and kind of let that set up. Just let it set up. We're going to put it over here to dry. You just want to make sure it's sticking straight up. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Now you're going to take your chickie, and at the Dollar Tree they have these in the office supply section, these thumbtack sets. I took 2 of the black ones out, and that's what we're going to use for this little chickie's eyes, are 2 of the round black thumbtacks. I'm just going to take and put a dot of hot glue kind of on the tip right here. Be careful not to burn yourself. And then you're going to try to find a good place for it to be the front. And then you're just going to take that thumbtack and press it down into the egg, y'all. And then you're going to take another one and put it kind of close to it. Okay, now for his little beak, I'm using one of these wood carrots from the Dollar Tree. We're going to cut the end off. Just cut that end right off like that. And then we're going to take our sander, little detail sander, and just kind of sand it off. And this is going to be his little beak. So we're going to paint it with this paint pen, orange. On the section where we cut the carrot top off, we're going to take a brown marker and just color that in so it won't be just raw wood. Okay, now for the little tuft of hair on the top, you can use lots of different things. I'm taking one of these burlap flowers apart, and these came from the Dollar Tree last year, and they have all kinds of these little flower embellishments. And we're just going to cut it like so, and then we're going to kind of hot glue this to the top of his head. So we're just going to glue across the bottom right here. Okay. And then we're going to kind of come here on the front and pull it down a little bit in the front and just kind of let it let it sit there on top of his head. These crack me up, y'all. Okay, now for his little wings, I'm going to get another one out. Here's one that's not folded. We're going to pull off the back. Let's just pull it off. And then we pull off that little piece right here. Just pull that off. And then we're going to cut this in half, just straight up the middle, just like that. And then we're going to take these and glue them to either side for his little wings. Look how stinking adorable. Okay, now let's put on his little beak. I'm going to cut a little slit. Just cut a little slit right there. And then we're going to push the little beak kind of in there so it looks like it's sticking out. Now that is adorable. Yes, that is stinking adorable. Okay, so let's take it back out, and we'll put some hot glue down in there, right here. Just going to squirt some hot glue right across right there, and then put this back in, just like so. Just wipe off any excess glue, and y'all, Look at how stinking adorable he's turning out. This is so cute. I'm going to go ahead and tie his shoe in a bow. Then we're going to do the same thing with the other shoe and just tie it in a bow as well. Now what we need to do is take one of these other wood dowels, and we need to come on the bottom of this chicken and kind of see where we want his little feet to be. And we're gonna do one leg at a time. Just gonna kind of mark it right here. Gonna kind of mark where I want this to go, and then we're gonna take this wood dowel and an X-Acto knife and start punching out where we want the leg to go, okay? Just gonna dig out that outside part, and then we're gonna take this piece of wood dowel, this wood dowel here, and push it up inside our little chickie a couple of inches, okay? Then you're gonna go ahead and take some hot glue, squirt a couple of good squirts of hot glue in there. Then you're going to take this one and you're going to go ahead and put it on and push it down as far as you want it to go. You want to make sure you don't come all the way through the top. He stands up with one leg, y'all. And then we're going to repeat that process on the other side and glue on his other leg and shoe. How stinking cute is this chicken? I hope you guys will give this a try. I'll show you closer look in the final reveal. All right, guys, for this next craft, I apologize, but my camera was not filming for the very first part of this. I took a $3 egg garland from the Dollar Tree. It is still on the jute string. I just laid the garland, I pushed all the eggs together so they would fit inside of one of the Dollar Tree 14-inch wreath frames, and just laid them in here. And then I took a little bit of hot glue, and I'll show you how I attach the eggs. Let's see, I thought I left one undone here. We'll do one of these small ones. You just put a little bit of hot glue on the two middle rungs of the wreath frame, and then just tap the egg down on the eggs all around your wreath. Next, I'm going to take a piece of cotton batting, and I just bought a big piece of cotton batting at Walmart. If you don't have cotton batting, you can just use some fabric. And then what we want to do is cut a strip of this that's kind of as wide as the wreath frame, just a little bit wider maybe. Cut a strip of it. Let's go ahead and glue it in the middle on those two bars as well, just to kind of tack it and help hold it there. And then we'll come kind of make it go around the corner, and then we'll tack it down on this entire crossbar right here. Okay, leaving enough slack for it to kind of turn. And then we're going to come to the middle again and tack it down in a couple places. And we'll continue to glue it on every crossbar, and then tacking it on the outer and inner rings in the center of each section, and continue to cut more strips the same way we did that first piece until we get this cotton batting glued all the way around our wreath frame. Then we're going to take this wreath, and we want to try to line up where the crossbars are. So we're going to lay it down. Look how stinking adorable this is. Now we're just going to take some little pieces of twine and come to the outer edges first, go over that crossbar, and then just kind of tuck it in on either side. Go down through that material. Okay. We can turn it over. Now we're going to tie it. Just tie it about 3 times to make sure it won't come undone. Just like so. And we can cut the excess of the jute off. You can use scissors or your wire cutters. And we're going to come directly across over to this side and do the same thing over here. So we want to come through that top around the crossbars. Okay, you want to make sure you come around that crossbar and this crossbar, straight across from where we were, and then just tie it 3 times. 1. The jute is a lot less noticeable. Now, if you had some pipe cleaners that were the same color as your wreath frame, you could use those. Since my wreath frame is gold, I thought jute would blend in nicely. You can hardly even see that jute. Now we can come here and just kind of trim off where it's, you know, sticking out too far, or kind of push it back into the wreath. Let's go ahead and finish attaching on each crossbar on the outside is what we will do, and see if we think that's enough to hold it, and I believe it will be. Then we're going to finish tying on the other 4 crossbar sections, attaching the front wreath frame to the back wreath frame, tying each knot 3 times. Okay, and there you go. And y'all, just kind of make sure your eggs are pushed over and they're not going anywhere. You don't need to fasten them in the middle of it. Now we're going to make a bow and attach a bow to this. All right, I'm going to use some ribbon that I got from Sam's Club. It's kind of a burlap look, but it's got white polka dots on it. Okay, and I'm going to use my Easy Bowz Design Pro. Easy Bowz Design Pro. I will put the link in my description. I bought it on Amazon if you'd like to get one just like it. Okay, we're going to do 10-inch tails. And I'd like to go ahead and pull out some length of ribbon. I'm going to do 5-inch loops. We are making my 1 ribbon 10-loop bow. Every time you come to the center, you twist 1 time so that the right side of the ribbon will be up when you bring it over the next time. So twist it each time. The wrong side will be up, and when you bring it over, the right side is up, and then you come to the center, twist 1 time. And we're going to do that until we have 5 loops on each side. That's 3. So we need 2 more on each side. And that's our last one. So we'll pull our tail over, measure it over here to 10 inches, cut it off. All right, and then we're going to take a pipe cleaner. It doesn't matter what color because it's not going to show. It's 12-inch pipe cleaner. Fold it in half, pull your ribbon up, put your pipe cleaner over, pull it to the back, and then you're going to twist a few times, just like so. All right, and then we're going to take our wreath and bring it back over here. This is a yarn needle, and you can get these at Walmart. So what I'm going to do, let's see, let's put it here. Going to go ahead and put the pipe cleaner through that, and we're going to go straight down through this cotton batting. Okay, and that needle will go right through it. And then let's pull that pipe cleaner through, and then we'll just kind of fold it over so it won't come back through. And we're going to do the same thing with the other one. We want to come on the other side of this crossbar though, so this bow will have something good and secure to attach to that middle crossbar in the middle of the frame. And then we're going to come on the other side of the crossbar back here too, so it has something good to attach our pipe cleaners to. Okay, back here. Then we're going to go ahead and secure it by twisting All right, and then what we can do, we're going to put the bow at the top and the center. So we can just take the ends of this pipe cleaner and kind of twist them over each other and make a hanger for our wreath, okay? Now, so bring it back over to the front, and we're going to pull our tails down. Both of our tails, go ahead and pull them down like so. Okay, then we're going to even them up. Just going to cut across to even them up. And I'm going to go ahead and dovetail. Fold them in half like a taco. You're going to go from the folded edge to the open edge and just cut up at an angle. And that's going to give you a nice dovetail in the bottom. Okay, now we're going to break the bow. We're going to leave our tails down, and I'm going to pull all of the loops up except for the two that are on the very bottom. Okay, we're going to leave them going straight out. Now the next two, we're going to take one from each side. This one we're going to pull straight up, and this one we're going to pull straight down in between our tails. Okay, we're going to bring that one down. So if you look, that looks like a plus sign. Okay, we've got two to the side and one up and one down. The next two from each side, you're going to come in between the plus sign, lay that one down, then lay that one down, and then you're going to take this one and do the same thing. The next one on that side will come between those, and then the next one on this side is going to come over here between these two pieces of the plus sign. So now we have an X overlaying our plus sign. Okay, and this tail we need to pull down below that one and then just kind of reshape it a little bit. And then the two in the middle, you're just going to leave where they are and just round them out. Okay, now we're just going to round out the loops. Main thing is you just don't want any of the ones on the bottom on top of each other. You want to kind of spread them out so all the loops will be seen and be pretty. You want to use wired ribbon when you're making wreath bows. That's how these loops stand up, is by using wired ribbon. Okay, now we'll round out that loop and this loop. And I always do my final bow fluffing when I actually hang up the wreath on the door, and then you can fluff it really pretty. But you kind of get the general idea of the bow there. Look how pretty this is, y'all. Very farmhouse. This could stay up all spring. It's not just for Easter because it's just eggs, speckled eggs. Now for florals, you can use whatever type of florals you want. These are some peonies, however y'all say it, that I got from my wholesale supplier, Sims Pottery. But Dollar Tree has a lot of beautiful florals this year. So just pick up, you know, whatever kind of flower you like that will coordinate with your wreath. And I'm just going to take and put probably just one of these flowers on either side of this bow. Okay, I'm just going to cut the stem kind of long so I have options with it. Let's see. I think this one's pretty. Okay, and I'm just going to put those down over there. All right, now to attach these, I'm just going to go up into the bow. So I'm going to cut this shorter. I'm cutting my stem about 3 inches long on either one. Approximately, y'all. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're just going to kind of go up under this bow where that pipe cleaner is, and we're just going to take some hot glue and glue that in. Okay, we're going to put some glue right here. Now, if you're going to hang this outside somewhere where it's really hot in the springtime, then you may want to use a more permanent glue than just hot glue. But for me, this is going to be, for indoors. And I'm just going to take that and just stick it up in there and make sure it catches a hold of some of the ribbon, the ribbon that we made the bow with. And we're just going to kind of let it hang down like that. And we're going to come over here to the other side and do the same thing. And this project will be complete, y'all. Just put some glue on that stem. And then we're just going to lift up all this and go up under there and kind of put it between the ribbon and the pipe cleaner where we secured it. And I want my flowers to just kind of be hanging down like that. And I'm just going to fluff my bow. And I'll give you a closer look at this finished wreath in the final reveal when I hang it up. Okay, for our last project, we are going to take one of the hats from Dollar Tree. These are only $1.25, y'all. You cannot get much more reasonable than that to make a beautiful door hanger for your home. Now, we are going to cut off this, or actually it's glued on there, so we're just going to pull off this ribbon that they had on there because I want to make something that's more spring. I'm going to be using this pretty floral ribbon that I got from Sam's Club, but use whatever ribbon you have. We're going to be using, I have a flower that I just had in my stash, some leaves that I had in my stash, and one of these round hangers that I got also from the Dollar Tree. So we're just going to take the tag off of that. Now, I want to take my staple, and I use my arrow stapler. I bought it at Walmart. I want to check and see what size staples I have in it. Okay, I have my shorter staples. You just want to make sure that the staple is not longer than the board you're going to staple into. So these will work fine for this. Okay, we're going to take our hat. We're going to use this as our base to put this hat on. So I'm just going to come around in, 3 or 4 places, and we're going to staple our hat onto our base. I don't want to use glue for this because I don't believe it would stay. So I'm just going to staple it probably in 4 different places. Okay. And this hat is firm. If it wasn't firm, you'd want to stuff it with something so it won't go flat on you when you hang it up. Okay. And I think one more staple ought to do. And the staples are going to kind of blend in, so I'm not worried about them showing. But now we have our hanger already attached for our beautiful door hanger. And I'm going to put the ribbon around it and then leave a little bit of overhang. And then I just want to tack it down. And I'm going to try to put the glue where the edging is. And I want the overlapping part to be down here at the bottom where I'm going to put my bow and my flower. And I continue to go around and tack down the ribbon all the way around the hat and overlap the ribbon's ends. And now we're just going to make a simple bow. We're just going to do a couple of loops on each side, and I'm going to do a 10-inch tail. I'm going to twist it. So that when this is the wrong side of the ribbon, you twist it in the middle so that when you bring this up, we're going to twist it again. The right side of the ribbon's up. We're doing 5-inch loops on these first ones. Okay. And twist. I tell you what, I'm going to do 2 5-inch loops, and then we're going to do a 4-inch loop. So 2 5-inch loops on each side. And now we're going to do 1 4-inch loop on each side. So it'll be a 6-loop bow. And then we're going to cut that off. All right, we're going to take a pipe cleaner, secure it in the middle. Fold that pipe cleaner in half, put it over it, Come back here and pull it tight and twist it 2 or 3 times. Okay, and we can take this out of the way. And now we're going to put our bow on our hat. Since we have the board right here, we can go ahead and staple. We can find that edge where that thick part of the board is and staple your bow a couple times on, let's see, I'm going to do it one more time because one of them I don't think went over it. Okay, then we're going to come over here on this side and do the same thing with this side of the pipe cleaner. We're going to feel where that edge is, thick edge of that board, and then we're going to staple our bow to it. Then we can take our wire cutters, cut off that excess pipe cleaner. And then we're going to fluff our bow. And to fluff, we're going to pull our tails down. We want them hanging down back here. Okay, now I'm going to pull the 4-inch ones up, and then these I want to kind of split the 5-inch loops. We're going to take and split like that, and then we're going to lay that one down right there, and then we're going to take and glue our flower right there in the middle. Before you put the flower on, we can take and put some extra leaves in here too. So I'm going to do that. Just going to kind of have them sticking up right here. A couple on each, one on each side. And that'll help cover up where we've attached that ribbon together. And then we can put one kind of going down right here. Just right there, and it'll kind of cover up that pipe cleaner. And then we're going to take this flower, put a good bit of glue right here on that center part too. And then we're going to take it and turn it over right there in the middle and kind of push it down. Press it down, take your loops and round them out. I'm just holding this down so it can get good and secure. Just round out your loops. Isn't this pretty? This is so pretty. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you are not already subscribing to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell so you'll always be notified when I put up new videos. Leave me a comment down below, guys. It really does help my channel more than you know. Let me know what you'd like to see me make in the next video. And we are going to dovetail, guys. I'm about to forget. Let me know what you'd like to see me make in the next video. And until next time, y'all have a blessed week. And y'all, here's the final reveal of our cute little bunny. I just love the way this turned out. And look at this carrot. That distressing white paint really set it off. And this chickie has to be my favorite of the 3. He is adorable. And here they are all together on a little wood bowl. And y'all, this little chickie with the tennis shoes, he cracks me up. These are so fun to make, and they're so easy. And the wreath is absolutely beautiful. These would make a great gift for someone special. And y'all, the hat was one of the easiest door hangers I've ever made. I sure hope you will give these a try. Please be sure to comment, like my video, subscribe to my channel. Y'all, all those things help me out more than you know. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.